Hi guys, this is Mattias, and in this video I'd like to focus on the anti-air artillery truck, something that is rather controversial actually. Anti-air, especially in a game like Battlefield 1, has a tendency to be very controversial, and the main reason for that is that using anti-air is very easy. You have a very powerful weapon. This weapon is designed for one purpose and one purpose only, taking out enemy planes. And for this purpose, this is an absolute beast. You do not need any skill, any experience, any knowledge whatsoever. You don't need to practice this. You don't need to be good at this specific weapon. You don't need to be a good player in general. You can just use this anyway. And that is one of the reasons why this weapon is so controversial. Because what it counters is the very opposite. You are countering air. You are countering planes and pilots. And the pilots, in order for them to do good, they have to practice a lot, or should I say we, because I am one of those pilots. Now, in discussions about air and anti-air, there is a lot of people that have a lot of opinions, but it's very clear after talking to some of these people, reading some of their posts, that many of the players, despite having very strong opinions, are massively lacking perspective. Now, in order to have perspective in this specific matter, you have to have a certain knowledge and certain experience from both sides of this, meaning both being experienced of using the anti-air and being at the receiving end of it. And during this very moment, I am in a squad and my squad mates are focusing on a tank. I decided to try to help them a little bit, mostly to deny the tank from repairing. Shit!
Why are my bullets not doing anything? Come on.
They're on B, they're on B.
Yeah, one is at the anti-air.
Can you spawn B?
Next to the anti-air.
Ah,
I disabled the tank.
where?
I killed him. I stole the kit and killed him. Okay, so the artillery truck does have a few weaknesses. It is not good against enemy vehicles, which, you know, pretty much goes without saying, I guess. It also has two guns, and when you switch from the driver's seat to the anti-air seat, you of course cannot drive the vehicle, but that also means that if your vehicle already has momentum, you cannot stop nor control that momentum, and that is what you just witnessed. So now, despite its limited versatility that I just mentioned, it does have quite some versatility, just not in the area of anti-vehicle rule. The main gun that you have access to when you're driving the vehicle is a rather effective anti-infantry gun, and if you found yourself in the right spot at the right time, you can rack up the kills as if you were using a howitzer light tank. You will also see a few examples in this video how I'm actually switching to the anti-air gun for the sake of taking out infantry. Now, this is especially useful if they are out of line of sight, and you use the splash damage in order to kill them by hitting the wall or the ground nearby.
Un ricognitore, visto? Ah, quello è un ricognitore. Soldato nemico individuato.
Pretty good! You know what? So now lately when I've been playing on Monte Grappa and I almost exclusively play Conquest, this is when I spawned this anti-air truck, because despite the fact that this map looks like it would be a map that would have some epic and nice and fun aerial battle, the way anti-air works and the sheer amount of it on this map has, in my experience, made it impossible to fly. Now, despite that, in the very beginning of every round, you will most likely see how planes will go to the opposite side of the map from their spawn point in order to try to pick up some initial kills at the capture point that is closest to the enemy spawn point. And that's where I get some, should I say, very easy kills on enemy planes. And until I reach level 10 tanker, I need every kill I can get, and that is, funny enough, for the purpose of getting a weapon for my pilot loadout. I'm sure this is a bug and I've mentioned it before. So now I'm pretty sure that watching this video, there is no denying the power of anti-air in order to just take out at least the attack planes and the fighter planes. Bombers are a little bit stronger and more resistant, of course. But there are a few things about how they affect the planes when they hit the planes that makes them far more effective than you're able to see by just watching this footage. Planes can very easily be disabled. It can happen even if they take as little as 4% damage. Now, if all loadouts had a quick repair, then it's very possible that a few minor adjustments to anti-air would be enough to make it rather balanced. But that is not the case. And not being able to handle and maneuver your plane is a big thing when it comes to survivability. Once you start getting hit by flak, you have no chance of countering it. You can only hope that the momentum of the direction that you're going in is going to be enough to either get you out of line of sight or out of range of the anti-air shooting you. Now, based on the balance that we see between air and anti-air today, there's only a very small group of players, the very dedicated pilots that probably are less than 1% of the player base, that actually can make either a fighter plane or an attack plane matter in a battlefield match. And for the rest of the player base, unfortunately, it seems like either the planes can be used as a taxi in order to get to a capture point real fast and just bail out, or maybe in some cases you can get a few lucky kills before you crash or get shot down. Now, the really sad and unfortunate part of the discussion between air and anti-air are all those people that have no knowledge of what they're talking about, yet have a lot to say anyway. For a lot of people, it's hard to have understanding or perspective for something they can't do themselves. Now, it is very possible to get good enough and to learn how to fly in order to be as effective with either an attack plane or a fighter plane as you see me being here with this artillery truck. But that will require a lot of time, dedication, and quite a bit of talent to begin with. And as the game is designed right now, it is completely denying and locking out the big portion of the player base from enjoying air combat at all. So yeah, that was all for the post-commenting of this video, and I'm going to leave you with a few more minutes of gameplay before it ends. My name is Mattias, and I want to thank you all for watching.
Do you remember which version of the SL gun that you liked?
No, I don't. I'm not sure if there's a big difference between them. But you don't want to use it on this map.
Let's go B.
We have lost
You're on B.
objective
Plant on B. He got in combat. Close combat, 1 sec.
Ein feindlicher Sanitäter!
We have lost objective Charlie.
Erobert das Ziel!
I'm downstairs. Toast. I'm
Sanitäter von der Gegenseite! Speer! Sie gehen! Da! Feindlicher Sanitäter!
Close the doors. No. The rest? By the door. Right.
better. We have lost objective Duff.
Ich habe hier einen Sanitäter.
Why can't I fucking move?
Hey, maybe I should start playing support. Nobody ever drops ammo.